One Zambia, one nation, and compliments of the season. This is Zanis News. Here are the top stories. President Hichilema calls for hard work among Zambians. Nchanga local court in Chingola gutted. Authorities in Chongwe district investigating sale of expired fertilizers to farmers. Government starts process of cancelling title deeds illegally acquired. With the news in detail, my name is Emos Zulu. President Hakainde Hichilema has called on Zambians to demonstrate love to one another and build strong and productive families that can produce more food and share the surplus with others. President Hichilema says it is important that people work hard in whatever they are doing in order to support their needs and that of others. Speaking when he addressed congregants at Choma Central Seventh-day Adventist Church in Choma, President Hichilema has also called for attitude change from consumption to hard work in 2024.
He led the congregants in hymn, a song depicting a message of hope and love for one another in imitation of Christ. President Hakainde Hichilema, accompanied by First Lady Mutinda Hichilema, today joined the congregants at Choma Central SDA Church in worship. His message to the church is love and productivity.
Part of our demonstration of love is to take care of our families, is to make sure our families have eaten. So thank you to the farmers. Many years back, farming was seen as a lesser activity, dirty activity. Your government today is sending the message in a different way, flipping the message. And I want to encourage the citizens of Zambia, even pastors, that produce something. When the family produces something for itself and then excess for those that can't farm, because there are some who can't, but they will do other things, then the nation will be stable.
The president also wants the citizens to get into the new year with a renewed mindset.
That Zambians wanted to live a good life, but they don't want to work. How is it possible? I ask myself, these are how is it that people want to live a higher standard of living, but they don't want to work? 2023 is gone. Tomorrow is the last day. So we look to 2024, to enter 2024 with the right attitude, the right mindset.
Pastor David Kasaji, guest pastor from Rusangu University SDA Church, was the main preacher.
Let brotherly love continue. When we show love to our community, we show love to our family, yes, we will become true children of God.
The church also noted the manner in which government is implementing various developmental policies.
This idea that every constituent in the country, regardless of where you are, you get an equal share, simply goes to underline the idea that Zambians are seen as equal regardless of the language they speak, regardless of how they voted, regardless of who they are.
A special parade mounted by the AY and inspected by President Hakainde Hichilema made the last Sabbath of 2023 special for the congregants of Choma Central SDA Church. In Chumunya Nalumba, Zanis, in Choma, Southern Province.
Information and Media Minister Cornelius Mwetwa has applauded the Independent Broadcasting Authority, IBA, for its efforts in growing the broadcasting sector in its 10 years of existence. Mr. Mwetwa says through IBA, there has been an increase in the number of radio and television stations from 60 in 2018 to currently over 200 operating in the country. Speaking in a speech read on his behalf by his permanent secretary, Thabo Kawana, during the launch of the IBA 2023 to 2027 strategic plan and 10-year anniversary celebration, Mr. Mwetwa notes that the authority has also managed to license 50 television stations in 2023 from 46 in 2013. Mr. Mwetwa, who is also a chief government spokesperson, has further called on IBA to open up areas for television services in rural areas and urged the authority to encourage applicants to consider setting up TV stations at provincial and district levels.
Government notes with delight that during the 10 years that the IBA has been in existence, landmark strides have been made in growing the broadcasting sector, and these include, but not limited to, the following. Through the efforts of the IBA, we have witnessed an increase in number of radio and television stations. From over 60 radio and television stations in 2013 to more than 200 today. A big hand. Further, it is gratifying to note that the IBA has managed to license more television stations from about 6 in 2013 to now over 50 stations in 2023.
Today we are witnessing a significant milestone for the IBA as we embark on a new phase for growth, development, and public service. The IBA strategic plan has outlined the authority's aspirations and the objectives for the next 5 years as we strive to respond to the ever-evolving challenges and opportunities in the broadcasting industry. Ladies and gentlemen, the world over, broadcasting is rapidly evolving, driven by technological advancements, and as such, the authority's strategic plan has emphasized the commitment to embracing innovation, fostering creativity, and promoting the highest standards of professionalism, ethics, and accountability.
The Lusaka Province Administration has disclosed that it has approved over 301 million kwacha worth of Constituency Development Fund CDF projects in 2023. Lusaka Province Minister Shiu Mliata has disclosed this in a speech read on her behalf by her Permanent Secretary Robert Kamalata at a Thanksgiving come-together hosted for members of staff. And the minister says the provincial administration had achieved 0 audit queries in 2023. More in this report.
Members of staff at Lusaka Province Administration have held an end-of-year Thanksgiving come-together. The event saw civil servants from different departments, specifically under Lusaka District, converge for the meeting. The occasion was characterized by prayer and celebration during an event meant to toast to the success of the administration during 2023. Lusaka Province Minister Shiu Mliata was represented by Permanent Secretary Robert Kamalata, who addressed the gathering.
You know, most of us, we spend a lot of time at work. If you haven't realized this, you should know. You report at work at 8 hours, and the only time you leave this place is 17 hours. So, meaning all day, you're at workplace. Just between now and Tuesday, if you become careless yourself, the devil will actually take you. Not even the Lord, no. It will be the devil.
In the speech read on behalf of the Lusaka Province Minister, the Permanent Secretary disclosed that the province had approved over 301 million kwacha worth of Constituency Development Fund, CDF, projects.
As you may wish to know, in Lusaka province, we have got about 12 constituencies. So I wish to announce that we approved the total amount. It is 301,287,125.
The minister, through the permanent secretary, also informed the gathering that the administration attained 0 audit queries in the calendar year. Mtalekani for Zanis News in Lusaka.
Mtalekani with that report. And in other news, House of Chiefs Chairperson Chief Chisunka has urged Zambians to continue embracing unity and peace. Chief Chisunka says people should avoid sentiments that are bent on creating divisions in the country. The traditional leader, who is in Ndola at the invitation of Copperbelt Province chiefs to exchange ideas, is accompanied by Senior Chief Ndubeni, Chiefs Kasoma, Katuta, Mabumba, and Kalaba. He says the visit is meant to build unity, which is a cornerstone through which Zambia can prosper.
Copperbelt Province chiefs and Rapura chiefs have called on other traditional leaders to be in the forefront to promote unity and peace in the country. 6 chiefs from Rapura Province, who have come to join their fellow chiefs on the Copperbelt Province to foster development and unity, have called on Zambians to avoid reckless statements and groupings that incite division in the country. Chief Chisunka, who is also the chairperson for the House of Chiefs, spoke on behalf of the 6 chiefs that met with their Copperbelt chiefs in Ndola.
Of the House of Chiefs, urging my fellow traditional leaders, whenever you hear somebody preaching tribalism in your chiefdom, say no, kabye kokumbi, okwakwato okwakwea, katwaishiwa okubutuka, katwaishiwa enfutifu eyo, twakwata Zambia eyo, tieni, ngalifwe bashamfumu, tutungirire ubuteko obulipo, pantu, we are non-partisan.
Senior Chief Chuala represented the Copperbelt chiefs at their briefing to call for peace in the country.
Today, as chiefs, we are standing here with our fellow chiefs from Rapura Province who have come here to join us in order to foster development, in order to foster issues to do with peace in this country. As they arrived here yesterday, today I took them over to show them how we should cooperate with the government of the day in terms of developing this country. They were impressed with the issues they saw in the chiefdom.
Political advisor to President Hakainde Hichilema, Levi Ngoma, says the president is happy for the unity that the chiefs have exhibited.
All these things, the Rapura United, from nowhere. And for us who sit where we sit, we know that it is just because about one agenda. And this is one agenda is that bring HH down at all costs. You know, that issue of not wanting President, the bitterness about President HH being president today as a leader of this country, that should not be allowed. And the message is that we are happy that you are doing this as your own initiative and continue. For us as subjects, him, president as a subject, him is just to get the advice.
Copperbelt Province Minister Elisha Matambo thanked the chiefs for coming together to preach love and unity among Zambians.
Our parents for coming here to come and talk to the nation from Copperbelt Province. Yesterday when I met them, they said we'll be addressing the nation, the issues to do with unity. And I think we are here and everyone, because I had to communicate to also the political advisor to the president that we've got our parents from Luapula who want to have a joint press briefing together with our parents from Copperbelt.
The coming of Rapra chiefs and Copperbelt province chiefs is a good seed for the country's drive for promoting oneness and love for one another. Tovini Ngombe, Zanis, Indola.
Now, ZESCO has completed the installation of a 133 high-voltage transmission line from Chipata to Chama at a cost of 40 million United States dollars, a development which has seen Chama District finally connected to the national grid. Chama District Commissioner Yobe Goma has told Zanis that residents of Chama are thankful to President Hakainde Hichilema, stating that the project has come as a New Year present. The project includes the installation of 4 substations at Mwansempangwe, Lumezi, Lundazi, and Chama.
The news has reached them, and many can hardly believe that this is real. The residents of Chama district in Eastern Province are full of excitement that the district has finally been connected to the national electricity grid 59 years after independence. The district has over the past years been relying on imported power supply from the neighboring Malawi, which has been highly erratic.
This will help the district in terms of supplying adequate power supply to our communities. And this will also boost small businesses like salons, barber shops, those who are doing welding, those who are making desks. I think it will speed up the production process in the district. So this one, I think we thank the government for speedy response to bring us electricity or to connect us to the national grid. It has been a cry actually. Since independence, this is the first time Chama is connected to the national grid.
Chama South Member of Parliament Devson Mongando believes the connection of the district to the national grid is a great achievement by the New Dawn administration.
They've constructed the first ever, which remained actually, substation at Chama Boma. It is that substation which will feed Tembwe, it will also feed Chikwa. And we expect that grid to be extended later to Chifunda. By so doing, it means the entire Chama South is transformed.
Residents of Chama are full of praise.
So amene kuti tichoka ku Malawi nkhani ya malaita sokondwera maningi chifukwa chakuti tizakhala na malaita nthawi yopitirira kungana na ku Malawi challenges amene timankhana nayo yambiri akuti mepo yagwa na vintu vambiri kuchitika sometimes ndabva kuti business ili but malaita.
ZESCO has installed a new high-voltage transmission line with 4 substations from Chipata to Chama through Lundazi to win off 5 border districts that were being supplied power from Malawi. Lovasi Mtafela, Zanis, Chama District, Eastern Province.
And one of the stories making headlines in our news from the Copperbelt province, where fire has swept through the Nchanga local court in Chingola district, destroying everything including court records. A Zanis crew that rushed to the scene found firefighters trying to quench the fire. Speaking in an interview, Chingola resident magistrate Stephen Mabona said he was informed around 04 hours that the court was on fire, and when he rushed to the scene, he found that everything had been destroyed. He explains informing firefighters from Chingola Municipal Council, and later Konkola Copper Mine KCM firefighters rushed to the scene to put out the fire, but everything had already been gutted. Magistrate Mabona states that preliminary investigations by ZESCO indicate that everything was intact, but foul play is suspected. And an eyewitness, Naomi Piri, disclosed that fire started around 03 hours. Ms. Piri says she and others could not manage to put out the fire on their own, informing the local authority through the fire department. And on that note, we take our first commercial break. And when we come, authorities in Chongwe investigating sale of expired fertilizer to farmers.
Hena korera ninzi, korera bulwazi bwa kusomona. Imuntu ujiswa bulwazi bwa korera, ulasomona kuluka kapati. Itubi tulamenda menda manji. Imulwazi ulangwanyota kapati, agambwa kumana kwa menda mubiri. Imulwazi iwa korera, wenga wahwa, umawola alo ali 12, gombo kutita jana busirisi bulika boto. Hena munzira ili buti muntu, mbwagwa ya kujana bulwazi bwa korera. Igunywa menda, alo atabikibyo musamu ja tuzunda, na amenda aji sitombe. Igurya jagurya, jalo igubereha manza atasahigwa igabuto, na igubereha mitima na himwi, alo atasahigwa, amimusamu na mwamenda ajisi imusamu walo ja tuzunda. Igurya jagurya jitahunigidwe, jalo jakarwa nzinini. Igurya jagurya jitontola, jalo jalegekwa na jajilo. Yalo jeneo tija yoburuga boto. Igurya jagurya jamumazira. Igurya imijelo na jihumani yalo jatasahigwa gaboto. Hena munzira iri buti muntu mbwagwa yahugwa bira burwanzi mwa korera. Igubona masimpe guti wabagwa hananganya gaboto menda agunywa. Igwinda mugubona masimpe guti ajigwa na igubiko musamu wa chlorine. Amusambe mumanze nugubere hansipa. Na menda abigwe musamu ja tuzunda mwamana kubere haje mbuzi amugisibige nango jigasaha ija kurya gamutana agujirya amuhunige ija kurya jindi yonse igutegwa guti gitakarwe nzinini mutari ija kurya jagura mu mazira amuberehe ija mbuzi jindi yonse amulitantamune mugobere hayigumbuli na tupepa rwa plastic mugusowa tubi ambone masimpe kuti tubi twasogwa na kubikwa mu jimbuzi ambone masimpe kuti jimbuzi jindi yonse kajisalala na kajihunigidwe oyimulumbe wale twakulindunye abamutabulanga nyanseba mujisi.
Authorities in Chongwe district are investigating Fumigate Zambia Limited for allegedly selling expired urea fertilizer to farmers. Speaking during a press briefing in Chongwe, District Commissioner Evans Lupia says a number of bags have been confiscated. Dr. Lupia says Fumigate Zambia Limited is not among companies that were listed by government to sell or supply farming inputs to farmers in the district.
I would want to confirm that yes, a company by the name of Fumigate Zambia Limited was visited by Zambia Compulsory Standards Agency to check on the products, agro products, specifically urea fertilizer that was suspected to have been expired. And after the investigations, the fertilizers were found to be indeed expired. And full process of the law was followed, and that the fertilizers were confiscated. Fumigate Zambia Limited is not among the companies that were certified by government or the Ministry of Agriculture to supply agro products in Chongwe. And so we have not received any reports so far of any farmer complaining about the expired fertilizers, because Fumigate Zambia did not supply to any of our farmers, especially those under FISIP. What now government wants to do now is to investigate further to find out whether there could have been unsuspecting farmers that could have bought these fertilizers from this Fumigate Zambia. We are going to sensitize our farmers that if at all they suspect, wherever they buy their agro inputs, if they have any suspicions as they use their products, they must not hesitate to come and report such instances, so that as government we can take up step or measures. I just want to give a stern warning to any of would-be offenders of agro dealers or any other business houses in the district, that if found wanting selling expired products, government will not hesitate to investigate and bring these people to book.
The Zambia National Service Builders Brigade Brigadier General Isaac Haminwe says the service will continue contributing positively to the socio-economic growth of the country through agriculture and infrastructure developments. Speaking during the Zambia National Service ZNS Southern Region Officers Annual Ball in Choma, General Haminwe commended Zambia National Service Southern Region for successfully rehabilitating road infrastructure and exceeding the milli meal production capacity of 10,000 by 50 kilogram bags that has helped cushion milli meal prices in the province. Meanwhile, Zambia National Service Southern Regional Commander Colonel Mebini Mundengo says the Zambia National Service Nyati Farm has this farming season expanded its hectareage by 50% with the objective of increasing maize production in 2024.
It was a joyous occasion for Zambia National Service Southern Region personnel who temporarily break off from their national socio-economic activities to reflect and celebrate their success at an end-of-year annual ball. In Choma, with a pledge to lead the way in contributing to national food security.
ZNS Command wants to see all production units in the southern region lead the way in contributing to the national food security with the more than 10,000 by 25 kg bags output and consistently offloading of milli meal and maize bran on the market at competitive prices. ZNS Nyati Farm is expected to scale up its production levels by at least 50% by the end of 2024.
Chief of Builders Brigade, Brigadier General Isaac Haminwe, now shares successes scored by ZNS Southern Region.
It is worth noting that the branch has continued scoring success as evidenced by the successful completion and handover of 41 kilometer Monze-Niko Road in Monze, 76 kilometer of Choma-Masuku Road in Choma, 14 kilometer road stretch Muchira-Mobora Road in Namwara, a Ndongo Bridge along Dundumwezi Road, as well as Ngorogozia Bridge in Zimba.
Zambia National Service Southern Region Commander Mebini Mundengo says his branch has assisted in stabilizing milli meal prices in the country.
ZNS Monze milling plant. This is actually a branch which has assisted the province in stabilizing the meal prices and the country at large.
It is time to dance and dine for the men and women in uniform, but tomorrow it is back to duty with a revived mindset determined to manage the country's national defense and food security. Gift Banji, Zanis, in Choma, Southern Province.
And the Zambia National Service ZNS Commander Lieutenant General Maliti Solochi has challenged ZNS officers in Eastern Province to acquaint themselves with the recently introduced agricultural loans for the economic transformation of the country. Lieutenant General Solochi says the credit window will boost agricultural productivity not only for units in the service but also at household level. He said this during a ZNS Eastern Regional Annual Ball held at Chiwoko ZNS Training Center. Davison Sakala has more in the following report.
Honor and loyalty defines the mainstay of these gallant men and women in uniform all year round. However, the Zambia National Service ZNS annual ball is the only place and time these officers can unwind. In a speech read on his behalf by the Eastern Regional Deputy Commander at this year's provincial annual ball held at Chiwoko Training Center, the ZNS Commander, Lieutenant General Maliti Soloshi, called on officers to promote agricultural productivity through the Sustainable Agricultural Financing Facility.
Ensure also that personnel are educated on the credit window the government has opened to enable them access affordable agricultural loans through Sustainable Agriculture Financing Facility, SAF. Small and medium-scale farmers can access affordable funding up to 70,000 kwacha from 5 banks. These are APSA, Indo-Zambia, NATSEV, Zanaco, and Atlas Mala. Deputy Regional Commander, you may note that 3 of them have already signed up and loans are available. That is the first 3, APSA, Indo-Zambia, and NATSEV.
The Brigadier General says the service is eager to promote increased agricultural productivity.
Zambia National Service is in a hurry to contribute to bridging the gap between national production and national requirement of these edible grains. We need to significantly contribute towards the 1 million metric tons of soya, 1 million metric tons of wheat, and 10 million metric tons of maize by the year 2027.
Meanwhile, Eastern Province Deputy Regional Commander Lieutenant Mavuto Banda has pledged effective contribution to the nation's food security through agriculture.
I may mention that the province promised to work hard in a bid to effectively contribute to the national food basket by achieving command's target by putting to crop 390 hectares of maize and 85 hectares of soybeans.
Davison Sakala for Zanis.
Still in the news, Chavuma district has been hit by a water shortage for almost 2 weeks now. This has been confirmed by Chavuma Town Council Chairperson Roderick Sandando. Mr. Sandando has appealed to Northwestern Water and Sanitation Company to speed up the process of fixing the broken pump.
As the Chavuma district, we have a crisis of water, and the situation is now almost 2 weeks. So as district, we are appealing to the Northwestern Water and Storage Company to take action. Even our able government to come in it, otherwise the situation is not okay. As you can see, people are washing from here, people are fetching water from Zambezi River, and as you may be aware, Zambezi River is infested with crocodiles. So we don't want this situation to take long, otherwise we are going to have a disaster.
Mea nambate yeiwe mgongo wali atuamona ko so yetu tunakuyanda tunakuwa na kukaluzwa muyambeji mumwetu kosemo malonga muyambeji mumwetu mwengamo muyambeji mumwetu kosemo tusanemo katushina kutoma kana wako wazata kunuka lya meya batufakire ko mangana mokomoko nokuchavuma natuko na msongo wa kuhichisa.
This is just a concern to Northwestern Water to hasten up the process of fixing the pump, which they are allegedly saying that it has a breakdown. This is a crisis to the community, and as you are aware, we have cholera cases in Lusaka, and people are traveling every time from Lusaka to Chavuma by bus. And if they come with such a situation where there's no water, then this is going to be a very, very big crisis in the community. So we appeal that if they can just hurry up and speed up the process, because as we speak today, it is 1 week, 1 day without running water from our taps.
The Ministry of Water Development and Sanitation has planned to rehabilitate 23 boreholes in 5 districts in Northern Province. Provincial Water Development and Sanitation Engineer Moses Kapala says government will invest 940,000 kwacha on the works. He announced the development when he visited Kabompo village in Lupososhi in the company of Provincial Deputy Permanent Secretary Lewis Mwape.
This community in Lupososhi district has for the past few years been facing challenges in accessing safe and clean drinking water after the breaking down of the water point. Government is, however, addressing this challenge by rehabilitating 4 boreholes in the district, including this one in Kabompo village, to enable the community to access clean water. Northern Province Water Development and Sanitation Officer Engineer Moses Kapala, who was in the company of the Provincial Deputy Permanent Secretary Lewis Mwape, inspected some rehabilitated boreholes in Lupososhi and announced the rehabilitation plan.
These are communities which we serve about no water for some time, so we are trying to prioritize those communities where we see that they are water problems. So as you can see from the way they were responding, you can tell that it is a game changer. And now looking at the bore itself, the yield is very, very good. So we plan to upgrade it in the 2024 plan. We plan to upgrade to a mechanized pipe water scheme.
So our appeal to the people of Kabompo is to ensure that this tap is well secured. We protect it because this is our asset. This is our installation. So we ensure that we protect it from vandalism.
Senior Chieftainess Chungu has thanked the government for the development and made an appeal. The community in the area had this to say. Reporting for Zanis, Sylvia Zulu in Lupososhi district.
Thank you so much for still staying with us. This is Zanis News, and we take our second break. When we come back, government starts the process of cancelling title deeds illegally acquired. Stay tuned.
Kodi kolera ndi chani?
Kolera ndi matenda othulula. Munthu amene adwala matenda ya kolera amathulula kwambiri ndi kusanza. Dothi lake limakhala ngati madzi momwe atsukira mpunga. Ndipo munthu odwala kolera, madzi mthupi lake amatha kamba kakuti iye amachoka kwambiri kupyolera mkusanza ndi kuthulula kwambiri. Munthu odwala kolera angamwalire m'maola 12 kaya kuti 12 hours ngati sanalandire mwamsanga thandizo la mankhwala.
Kodi munthu angatengere motani matenda a kolera?
Kumwa madzi adothi, kudya zakudya ndi m'manja mosasamba mwadothi kapena kugwiritsa ntchito mbale zotsukiwa ndi madzi adothi. Kudya zakudya zimene zinangosiwa mosasamala posabwinikira. Kudya zakudya zozizira zachimbala zimene sizinasungiwa bwino. Kudya zakudya zimene amagulitsa mphepete mwa misewu. Kudya zipatso ndi ndiwo zamasamba zosatsuka.
Kodi kolera ingachinjiriziwe?
Gadusani madzi anu akumwa kapena kugwiritsa ntchito chlorine. Sambani m'manja ndi madzi aukhondo ndi sopo mukamaliza kugwiritsa ntchito chimbudzi. Funditsani zakudya mukalibe kuyamba kudya. Osadya zakudya zimene zimagulitsiwa mphepete mwa misewu. Muyenera kubwinikira zakudya kuopetsa kuti ntchentche zingakakeko. Nthawi zonse muyenera kugwiritsa ntchito chimbudzi. Pewani kugwiritsa ntchito machemba kapena maplastiki ngati chimbudzi. Onani kuti dothi litayiwa mchimbudzi. Nthawi zonse onani kuti zimbuzi zikhala zaukhondo ndipo nthawi zonse pambowa wa chimbudzi chanu pazikhala pobwinikira bwinobwino. Okubweretsani uthenga uyu ndi aunduna wa zaumoyo.
Government has started the process of cancelling some title deeds that are alleged to have been issued illegally. Minister of Lands and Natural Resources Elijah Muchima has announced in Kasempa that so far 2 title deeds in the hectareage of 50,000 and 28,000 have been cancelled, while several others are being reviewed.
According to government, land is becoming more critical, hence the need to safeguard and preserve it for future generations. It is for this reason that the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources has started the process of title deeds audits to ascertain how some of them were issued. Lands Minister Elijah Muchima explains that so far it has been discovered that some title deeds were issued fraudulently in large portions.
Entire land in the country is vested in the hands of the president. And currently the president of today, His Excellency Haka Inde Hichilema, says let's be jealous of our pieces of land. The population is growing. We are going to have grandchildren, great-grandchildren. They should come and find some pieces of land. The papers which were in the transit, which title deed was not processed, one of them, that one has already been cancelled. The letter was written. And another one has been cancelled somewhere. And we shall be cancelling a lot of them. We want to take audit. Sure. Not only that, we need to revisit our policy.
Kasempa Member of Parliament Brenda Tambatamba, who is also Labour and Social Security Minister, tells Dr. Muchima that in Kasempa alone, some title deeds have been issued illegally without the consent of the council and traditional leadership.
Senior Chief Kasempa has written a petition to the ministry, your ministry, that he never wrote that, and he requested the council to show him his letter of consent for them to process. The council said we never processed that title whatsoever. There's no minutes, no full council meeting that ever took place, but a title deed was issued without all that.
These issues arose in Kasempa and Mufumbwe districts of Northwestern Province, where some named investors operating game ranches have been issued with title deeds for land, in some cases exceeding 50,000 hectares, displacing the local people.
Of course, the problem, the challenge of encroachment is really there. Yes, a lot of farmers that have come into Kasempa, even part of Mushima area. And we are also, to us as a department also, it is a challenge because those farmers, they are being given the land by, is it the Indunas?
Dr. Muchima is in Northwestern on a fact-finding mission with regards to land. Kalan Muchima, reporting for Zanis, Northwestern.
The provincial administration in Muchinga province has paid glowing tribute to the Drug Enforcement Commission, DEC, in the region for its dedication and courage to fight abuse and trafficking of drugs. Muchinga Province Deputy Permanent Secretary Matthews Chilekwa says the leadership in the province has witnessed firsthand the outcomes that DEC has made in fighting drug trafficking in the province. Reverend Chilekwa said this when he graced the first ever annual ball for DEC officers under Muchinga Region Command held at Zwangendaba Lodge in Nakonde.
The Drug Enforcement Commission, DEC, held its first ever annual ball in Nakonde District, which brought together officials and stakeholders to celebrate the Commission's efforts in the fight against drug trafficking and abuse. Muchinga Province Deputy Permanent Secretary Matthews Chilekwa commended the DEC for their tireless work in the province.
The Drug Enforcement Commission Muchinga Province is not just a force on paper. It's a living testament to dedication and courage. You have shattered the waves of addiction. You have broken the chains that bind individuals and families to the darkness, bring light back into their lives, and restoring hope to our communities.
The DEC regional commander and Nakonde district officer in charge also emphasized the importance of recognizing the challenging work undertaken by the DEC officers.
We wrestle with criminals, they throw stones at us, but here we are. So it's very important for us to unwind and have a moment to just rejoice and look back.
Our job, as alluded to by the chairperson, is very tedious and filled with a lot of stress and hard work. But we thought that at the end of the year, we should meet like this and be able to celebrate together.
DEC's first annual ball was a night of celebration, appreciation, and recognition of the Commission's dedication to eradicating drug-related crimes in Mochinga province. Titani Zolo for Zanis in Nakonde district.
We take our last break. More interesting stories coming up. Stay tuned.
Kolera wapa msongo muka. Kolera wapa msongo wa kuichisa. Mutu alina msongo wa kolera echikuichisa ngachikuma na kusaza nawa. Bize vipi mwaichisa mutu na vipoya meya nge msoji wa loso. Mubeji echikuzia ngachikuma mujimba mumwe kufumisa meya amujimba. Mubeji nawa na hase kufa mujiwola li 12 hours ngekawe chikumuhana vitumbo vya kumuka wa shiko. Unahase ngachili kuachi wa kumsongo wa kolera kuhichila mkuna meya kuwana kuhaka vitumbo nawa aze ali na majilo. Kulia vyakulya na mawoko aze ali na majilo chipwe kuzachisa malonga na jindeho ja kukosa na meya majilo akuhona kuhaka vitumbo. Kulia vyakulya vyakuhona kufika vize vana wili kubajiji. Kulia vyakulya vituta vize kawatumbikanga kana wako. Kulia vyakulya vize vana kulandulula mumikwakwa. Na kulia na wamihako na makovu ako na kukosa kanawa. Tunahasenga chili kulikinga kumusongo wa kolera. Telekenu meya enu akunwa chipwe kuhaka mo vitumbo vya chlorine. Sanenu kumawoko enu na sopo chipwe na meya kuhaka vitumbo hanyima ya kuzachisa chimbusho. Zumisenu vyakulya vyenu shimbukanda mubilye. Fwikenu vyakulya vyenu vyosena kuchina kuviwila kubajiji. Kanda kulya vyakulya vyakulanda mumikwa kwa nduma. Zachisenu chimbusho lwa sena. Kahakanda kuzachisa ndundu chipwe mapepa andundu hakuya na kulihehwa nduma. Mwatela kumona ngwenu vipi yosena munavitapwila mchimbusho. Chimbusho cha nawa chatela kupwa cha unyoji kahanawa cha kufika lwa sena. Mujimbu no bana mnehela okuli bakachanda chatala kulikangula cha meno ya watu cha Ministry of Health.
The groundbreaking ceremony of the Kasomeno Mwenda Road project, which took place in October 2023, is expected to increase economic activities in both the Democratic Republic of Congo and Zambia. This project, whose major works will commence in March 2024, has cheered the people in Luapula province as they see it as the one which will bring a lot of economic opportunities such as jobs. Kennedy Chomba filed in this report.
Republican President Hakainde Hichilema, together with his Congolese counterpart Felix Tshisekedi, in October 2023, commissioned the construction works of the Kasomeno Mwenda Road project. The event, which took place in Katanga region in the Democratic Republic of Congo, saw a number of government officials from both Zambia and the DRC attend. Traditional leaders from Zambia were also in attendance, among them the Mwata Kazembe and Chief Chisunka. The two heads of states took time to lay the stone to signify the commencement of the construction works. Katanga Regional Governor underscored the importance of the project in sparking economic activities for both countries.
Your Excellencies, I consider that this work is the appropriate response to the numerous complaints from truck drivers and other business operators following the the frequent congestion at the Kasumbalesa border post with its collieries on both Zambia and Congolese roads. Because by 2025, it will enable traffic to and from the ports of Dar es Salaam and therefore from all East Africa. As a result, the Congolese and Zambian provinces will benefit from these projects. This way, we believe that regional integration will be guaranteed and the movement of our populations as well as their goods will be ensured. Therefore, harassment and other congestion at the border posts will be significantly reduced.
And Zambia's Minister of Infrastructure and Urban Development, Charles Mirupi, gave the details of the works which will be done on the Zambian side.
On the Zambian side, the total project cost is $108 million United States dollars, with a concession period of 25 years, of which 3 years is for construction, while 22 years is for operation. The project cost is inclusive of the construction of 92 kilometers of road from Chalwe to Mwenda, the 345 meters cable-stayed bridge across the Wapula River, one-stop water post with associated parking, warehousing facilities, plazas and way bridges, 4 schools and 4 health centers, houses for the border staff, a police post, just to mention a few.
To the developer, who is Jed Africa, the project will open a new corridor from the east, thereby opening more business opportunities for countries involved.
The introduction of Congo's first one-stop border post and the new route offers a new corridor to the east, which will unlock regional potential and foster economic prosperity for all stakeholders. The project will implement world-class engineering expertise, tolling technology, and modern infrastructure. We are focused on creating a positive and safe user experience and are committed to processing time at the border being about 30 minutes. Development of the project will undoubtedly unlock trade efficiencies and usher in opportunities for the entire region. We firmly believe it will foster substantial socio-economic growth in the Luapula province in Zambia and in the Old Katanga province here in the Democratic Republic of Congo.
The community at Chalwe on the Zambian side, they are optimistic that the project will create employment opportunities in the area.
Ine ifyo ndera ndapo na tutotera sana kaina tutemwa sana pantu iyi ibubu ya ntanshi kale bwambo kumfuika nomba twale bulolera fye tulelolera mpaka na panomba na tutemwa pakuti ba president pakuti bese kuli ino project no kusaisula ububu ya ntanshi tuli abansansa sana na tutemwa sana nomba icho tulelole shako chakuti ifwe ngafwe bachura sana no ya ntanshi bwa kulolera ngafwe bene ba mishimuno so tulekabira ubu ya ntanshi ngabwaisa twaikara muno muine mumushi kabiri twakwata kuona benefit ya kwe bati tulebomba kwa machito abakashi besu bale kwatendera mesha kuishitisha efyo tulekabira sana ukukana achitafwe bofu balelolero ya ntanshi kani fwe tukafume kuno ero okuya kumbi
ira bridge katupero boya ntanshi ifintu fikalaisa muno muri ino nchende fikala tupero boya ntanshi sana ero ninsubira kutira namachito tukalayingirako kanshi iro tukalayingira machito tukakwate shukuri akwatendalama isho shikala twafana ifo mubuyi kashibweso kanshi chiri chansanza sana bakupokera ba president baaga inde chirema.
The Kasomeno Mwenda Road project will be handed over to respective governments after a period of 25 years. And this project, once completed, will help reduce traffic at Kasumbalesa border, as truckers from Tanzania will be expected to use this new route, which will also be shorter. Kenneth Chomba, reporting for Zanis News in Mansa District.
Meanwhile, Northwestern Province and Moshiko Provincial Administration signed a bilateral agreement to strengthen ties in education, health, agriculture, transport, and defense and security. The two provinces committed themselves to socio-economic development through knowledge sharing and the strategic use of the Lobito Corridor. The agreement was signed during the Moshiko Northwestern Province Regional Cooperation and Cultural Exchange visit in November 2023.
Ink is put to paper to signal the commitment of the Northwestern and Mushiku provincial administrations towards strengthening bilateral relations and partnerships. The two provinces have agreed to enhance cooperation in education, agriculture, health and energy, among others. Northwestern Province Permanent Secretary Grandson Katambi and Mushiku Province Vice Governor Victor Da Silva have signed the agreement on behalf of their respective provinces.
The parties consider opportunities in agriculture, trade and infrastructure sectors, having agreed on several cooperation exchange, partnerships and incentive programs with emphasis on maize, wheat, rice, soya, cassava and pineapple crops, fertilizer production, food storage, surveillance, management of livestock diseases, trade in agricultural products, construction of water infrastructure, and the use of the Robito corridor.
Stakeholders have welcomed the signing of the bilateral agreement.
People here in Angola have a challenge in terms of medical facilities, where they have a big problem in terms of traveling from this place to outer Zambezi, then Kazombo, Lumbala, Kakenge, then entering Zambia for medical facilities.
What we want to see is basically implementation. We don't want this to just end on paper with a signature.
What I've learned in terms of infrastructure, I've learned that we need to put our heads together to come up with a very big project that we can invest, put in the resources so that it will stand the test of time.
Mwape Mwesa for Zanis News in Moshiko Province, Angola.
Lastly, in our news, outgoing Civil Servants and Allied Workers Union of Zambia, CSAWUZ President David Chiobe has urged union leaders across the country to always put up a spirited fight for the workers. Mr. Chiobe, who has retired from the civil service, said this during his retirement send-off party held at Tachpamotsi Hotel in Lusaka. The event was organized by the CSAWUZ, the Judiciary and Allied Workers Union of Zambia, and the Zambia Congress of Trade Unions, ZCTU. That item brings us to the end of the news, but before we go, here's a reminder of the top stories. President Hichilema calls for hard work among Zambians. Nchanga local court in Chingola gutted. Authorities in Chongwe district investigating sale of expired fertilizers to farmers. Government starts process of cancelling title deeds illegally acquired. We end the news on that note. On behalf of the entire production team, my name is Amos Zulu. Compliments of the season.